It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Have you ever wondered why some companies keep growing while others struggle? And it's often because they lack a reliable sales system inside their business. But let's slow down. Let's take a look at Duracell, a huge name in the battery world, to see what, number one, lessons we can learn, and two, how did they stay afloat in a competitive market? Did you know that the Duracell story began back in 1920, by the way, when Samuel Ruben and Philip Rogers teamed up to create a new battery technology? And when they first started, by the way, things didn't get off right away the way they wanted them to. They had many challenges. They had to figure out how to make the best battery possible in a very competitive market. Just an interesting fact, by the way, in 1969, their batteries were used to fuel Apollo 11 mission. In fact, they were the first battery on the moon. But that doesn't mean it was easy. What it means is they faced challenges. Challenges that I believe that every CEO may face at some point in their business. They struggle with financing. Does that sound familiar? They struggle with keeping up with technology, even in their industry. Does that sound familiar? There was setbacks. There was market corrections along the way. And the competition didn't get easier as the more they stayed in it, the harder and harder they get. So they had to innovate. They had to have a different sales strategy. They had to continue to shift their sales systems in a very skeptical market in the very beginning. Now, despite all of these hurdles, by the way, they continue to focus on innovation, and they never stop improving. And just like Duracell, one of the things that I'm going to suggest you do is you never stop improving. You focus on your sales system, you focus on your sales strategy, and if you do that, you will see your sales go up, 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 up and away. And just like Duracell, by the way, you have the power, you have the rocket fuel to take your business to an entirely different level, because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So with that being said, let me go ahead and welcome you to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name, by the way, is Shay Brown. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you this morning. And I can't wait, because every morning we get started the exact same way. And to start with our mantra. And the reason I always start with our mantra is because I want to be top of mind to you. And our mantra is focus on sales. And here's how we power that, Duracell, okay? If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. That's why I want you to tell yourself, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. But you got to understand the why. And the why is because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. What's the point we want to make is that selling at the end of the day is really serious business. And then we slow down. And as a CEO, we have a conversation with our sales department. And that conversation is our pledge to the sales department. And our pledge to the sales department is I will learn, I will earn, and I will return. That's what we're looking to do as a CEO. In fact, that's our pledge. So do me a favor, by the way, right now, go ahead and repeat after me. I have to learn something new. I know it might sound a little corny, but you got it right there. In order to learn new revenue from existing clients, in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. Isn't that kind of great that you can do that every single morning? Now, we have 3 objectives when we get together, by the way, and our objectives are pretty straightforward. It's about sales progress, it's about addressing roadblocks, and it's about making sure we always stay connected to the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to go to another level. Let's talk about those real quick. And I share them every morning, but you could probably say them with me, by the way. This is our jingle right away. But number 1, you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. If you don't have one, go over to ceosalesplan.com right now. ceosalesplan.com. Download it. We'll walk you through a one-page sales plan. Number 2, this is very important. You must understand the sales cycle that your clients are going through. Once you understand that, then the sales strategy can be an overlay on that. Number 3, what is the sales message? It's very important. Your words will make you rich, and sales is always driving marketing. I know some of you may not agree with me, but marketing is never driving sales. So what's the message that we're taking from a sales view of the world? And then number 4 is the CEO Sales Dashboard, which we'll be getting into. If you haven't downloaded the CEO Dashboard, make sure you go over there right now and download at www.ceosaleshuddle.com. Download the CEO dashboard like right now. Like seriously, like what gets measured gets managed. We're going to get into that in a little while, by the way. I love that. It's one of my favorite segments. Of course, they're all my favorite segments, or we wouldn't do them, but that's really one. And then last, you must have a 7-figure sales team. Without a sales team, I mean, you can do all the selling. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to have a sales team. Look, for those folks that are tuning in, and you tune in every morning, we appreciate you. You're here live. Do me a favor. Look right below the video. And just put hashtag I'm here. It's a great way to check in, by the way, if you can do that. If you're watching this live right now and you're on the social platforms. If you're watching the replay of this, maybe you're on one of the YouTube stations, or maybe you couldn't be here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got access to the recording. Put hashtag replay. I respond to everyone. I love connecting with you. And for all those folks that are watching on demand, thank you so much for the downloads. We appreciate it. It's an honor to be here with you at your sales meeting, whether you're on Roku or Apple TV or Amazon or Tubi or whichever station you're on demand. We appreciate you. Drop me a note. Go over to @IamCheBrown. @IamCheBrown, and you can catch me there as well. So, and I'll be sure to respond to everyone. Let me know how we can help best serve you. For those that are curious, Shay, what is the CEO Sales Huddle all about? Why do we get together? What is it all about? CEO Sales Huddle, when we get together, is where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So as a CEO, I get it. You know how to sell. CEO, you're the person in charge. But this is no longer just about you and what you're doing. This is about the team. This is about the organization. This is about the sales department that you're building. So how do you take what you're doing and do it faster, easier, quicker? And how do you have that path to success that you can do right away? That's what we get together, by the way. And how long do we ask? What's our big why when we get together? Our big why is it's about sales growth. Now, I want you to take a look at your own goals for your company. Now, this is just for the sales department. Why does the sales department exist? Okay, it's about sales growth. It's about accountability, and it's about consistency. And you may have heard this before, but it's so true that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do people struggle with most? Seriously. What do they struggle with? It's consistency. So we only ask for 15 minutes a day. You get to show up for 15 minutes a day to be in this conference with one objective. If we had to sum it up with a bumper sticker, it would be $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. If that's you and that's sounding great, then you're at the right place at the right time. We're in the right conversation. But how do you get there? What's the big how? The big how is the CEO sales dashboard. Now, there was a challenge that a number of CEOs had. And the challenge they had was, how do I get to $100,000? Like seriously. And so the first question you would ask, and I think it's common sense, is what's the roadmap? What's the metrics? What's the milestones? Other than just getting the deal, how do you get there? And you would take a look at some of the metrics that you have inside of the sales department that are the guideposts that you can measure. So you know as a CEO where to put your energy, where to put your time, where to put the resources, and where to put the people, okay, and how you're going to build the processes. So with that being said, we created that. We've taken the questions out for you. This is what we do with our number one clients. So you can go ahead, if you haven't downloaded the CEO Dashboard, go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. We're going to look at 5 areas. We're going to look at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now you can go ahead and pull yours up right now. Like if you're right there and you're watching, like Shay, I know exactly where you're going. I'm going to pull up my CEO sales dashboard. You can go ahead and pull that up right now. Like seriously, like go ahead right now. You go and you pull it up. For those that are just downloading for the very first time, I'm going to pull it right now. Let's go pull it up. And then we're going to walk through it like together, like you and I right now in this present moment, we're going to do this together. So let's go ahead and pull it up. I love to do it. This is one of my favorite segments that I love to go through every single morning. And when you go to it, you go to today's date. So it's an Excel sheet. You can change it. You can customize it. We didn't lock it down. There's no credit card. There's no Cash App. Nothing's needed. Okay, seriously, your assistant can fill this out for you. Maybe she's already done that. He or she has done that. Maybe you've assigned it to someone on your team and they're doing that. On many of you, from the feedback we get, you do it during this segment. I mean, this is like the best 15 minutes of the day. I mean, obviously not just because I'm here, but we do a case study. You're in this conversation, so you're here. So go ahead and open it up right now. And as you open it up, scroll down and look at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And then ask yourself, how many new leads came in yesterday? And then go down to the segment for the sales department. Look at the results. How many appointments were set? How many were run? How many offers were made? Let's slow down and let's anchor it down in just one area right now. And let's do a deep dive in this second. Like, seriously, all of them are important. I get it. But if you had a moment to slow down, we looked at appointments. And we understand that nothing happens without an appointment. Let's all agree on that, right? And there's a couple different appointments. You can customize this later. But look at the sales department. How many appointments were set yesterday? Like, you set an appointment yesterday to meet with somebody. And then how many appointments were run yesterday by the sales department? Like, that means they showed up. You see, there's appointment setting. That's one skill set. Got it, Shay. And there's appointment running. That's another skill set. Got it, Shay. Now, as I'm looking here, I'm thinking, wait a minute. There's different type of appointments we run, Shay. Some of you are different industries. I get it, different places, different spaces. How many appointments were one-to-one? How many appointments were one-to-many, if that's part of your business model? Like, seriously, like go look right now and, okay, there's a category, and you might keep it, you might move it. I don't know about your industry, but the category we look at is, well, collaborations. So we know, and one of my Shayisms is collaboration crushes competition. How true is that? So to even have an appointment in your sales department, to even meet with people, to even collaborate, just to collaborate. Okay, I'm not going to belabor it. This is important. You get it. So the CEO sales dashboard, the whole mantra behind the CEO sales dashboard is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Put that down as a CEO. This is the CEO for the sales department. I mean, this is not a mantra. This is not a headliner you need for your any other area of your business. But as a CEO right now, that's why we're in this conversation. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. You now have the CEO sales dashboard. If you haven't downloaded it, go to www.ceosaleshuddle right now. Download it. I'm going to encourage you to do that. Now, after we do that, we don't beat ourselves up. In fact, we move on and we celebrate. And the mantra that we stand by, one of our principles, and you have a philosophy and principles in the sales department, is powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. So in this segment, we're going to talk about celebrating wins. We're going to look at what's working really, really well, and we're going to acknowledge ourselves. Okay, so I haven't heard anywhere yet that when you beat yourself up, you do a better job. So number one, 3 questions. What are you most proud of yesterday for the sales department? And this is very important. I'm not asking, did you go to the gym? I'm not asking, did you drink water? I'm not going to ask, what was your diet like yesterday? Or what was your effort and your mindset? No. I want you to step back and say, in the sales department yesterday, here's what I'm most proud of. What was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? And if you could just brag, like if I could just bring you on right now, and I love to celebrate wins for the sales department because we're kind of forgotten. If you could just celebrate a win for the sales department yesterday, and you look at just yesterday's results, you can go back the day before. Right now, we're just talking about yesterday. What do you want to brag about? Like maybe you showed up for the CEO sales huddle. You can brag about that. You're here. You're in the conversation. Maybe you completed your CEO sales dashboard. I'm not sure. But what do you want to brag about? But then we also understand it's not going to be easy. Life is not going to be no crystal stairs. It's not going to be easy every single day. So we're going to look at what are some of the challenges that we really got to face with, because we understand that powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So then we're going to ask ourselves about the obstacles. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? What's preventing you today from moving forward? And if you had to step back and talk about the one thing you could do today was move the needle. See, sometimes I go about the day and it's no big deal. I do a little bit here and a little bit there, and you stack wins on top of each other, and it gets you where you want to get to. I get that. And then there's some days I do something one thing, and I focus on getting that one thing to completion, and it could shift the trajectory of the entire company. So what's the one thing you're going to do today to do that? My message to you today is focus on top income producing activities. What are the activities in your business that if you do those, they help produce the income? They're the highest and best use of your time. When you focus on that, then you will start having small wins, and small wins into big wins. And never underestimate what small hinges can do to a big door. It can swing that sucker open. So it's possible that you can do that. With that being said, thanks for allowing me to be a part of your morning on the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown, the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. I'm looking forward to connecting with you tomorrow. Make sure you connect with us online over at I am Shay Brown. You can watch all the replays on our YouTube channel. Connect with us on Instagram across the platforms at I am Shay Brown. I want to know more about you and what you're up to. With that being said, make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, and I wish you all success. We're out of here. Peace.